That's
our worst.
normal, I feel like, for us.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty on brand.
20 minutes late is about right.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. You know, I just got back from spring break.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's like back to the old grind, but both my classes were canceled today, so actually.
So not back to the grind at all.
Yeah.
Back
actually
to just
nothing.
playing around.
Yeah, exactly. Just fucking around, that's all.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
What did you do on your trip?
So I went to New York and I went to Chicago.
Nice.
New York was really cute, fun and fresh. I got there Saturday morning. It was like 7 a.m. and the whole trip was like freeloading. So like I didn't pay for any lodging. Amazing,
that's
right? Yeah.
great.
So I ended up like texting him at like 7 a.m. I'm like one of those bitches who gives like several updates like on my journey to your house, just so that when I get there, bitch, it's not like, oh, I lost my phone. So I'm like 5 minutes out, down the street, you know, walking up. And then
took 2 more steps. I'm almost
literally.
there.
Yeah. And so I was like about to be there and he was like, oh, I'm about to go get dick. So give me 20 minutes.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
like, okay, lovely.
Let me just wander around the streets of New York. It's like a movie almost.
Right.
Lost in New York, just alone with no lodging for 20 minutes.
Yeah, no lodging.
Also,
and
that's
then
quick.
Yeah, no, a quickie. I love that for him. But then also it started snowing. So I was like, okay, this is fine.
Sit on a stoop.
Yeah,
and,
so I was
shiver.
like, oh, I'm going to like, you know, go to a cafe, get like a little bagel or something.
Cute.
Why was everything in the fucking store $12?
Because
it's New York.
Also,
Yeah.
it's like $12 here too, though.
Yeah, that's tea.
It's just expensive.
So I was just like, this is fine. And then I got there and then I actually had like a really, really good time.
Good.
He lives in Midtown, like Hell's Kitchen area. So like where all the gays live and breathe.
Love that.
So that was very fun and fresh.
That must have been why it would only take 20 minutes for his little appointment.
Yeah, exactly. And
Everyone
also,
was there.
like, another tidbit, like, he had not been to sleep yet. Like, he had been out all night. So this was, like,
Good morning.
the ending of his night. Yeah.
Good night.
So I got there, and he was like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. And I was like, okay, yes, love that. So then I edited our podcast, and then didn't post it until right now. So I'm sorry, y'all.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but you have it now for your viewing. The
Yeah.
first viewing. Now this is the second viewing.
You get
Hi.
2 this week. 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Kinda
Yeah, no, so that was really fun and fresh. And then also I went to my like internship, because I just wanted to like see the office or whatever. Met my bosses and everything.
That's cute.
And I don't know if
They're
I'm
real people.
Yeah, it was nice to like actually like meet them and see that they're, you know, not just like
In your mind.
Slack profile pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're not AI.
yeah. No, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like work chat is so like robotic. But anyways, so yeah, after that, they ended up offering me a job the next day, which I don't know if I'm allowed to say that yet or not because it's not like official.
Okay, we might bleep it out, but
yeah, but
that's great.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
very, very fun and fresh. And then I had to like negotiate and like all of that, which was like a whole like mess because I don't like asking people anything.
No.
Yeah, and I like...
Know your worth, though.
Yeah, exactly. And this is turning out to be really long, but also I want to share this information because I feel like it could be helpful for someone else.
Right.
So anyways, I was like talking to my aunts because they're kind of like my mentors just because they're like really successful and I really look up to them. So I was just telling them, you know, about like the salary and like what I should do because that's not what I wanted to be making and like da-da-da-da. And they were just like... Okay, I also have to like remember that they're like in another tax bracket than me.
Right.
So what seems like a reasonable salary to me does not seem like anything to them.
Also, when you're going into your first job, though, what sounds like a reasonable salary to you is also not reasonable at all.
Yeah.
Because you just think, oh my God, that's so much money. I've never made that much before. But it's not necessarily enough to like sustain you.
Exactly. And also like I didn't really think like, I mean, I knew taxes were real, but like taxes are real.
Oh, they are. And I'm so afraid of committing fraud. I literally called my friend the other day to have help with filling out a W-4. And she was like, Cece, the answers are all zeros. Like, it's zero. So I was like, I don't know.
I don't want them like banging on my door.
No, I'm terrified. Literally terrified.
Yeah, but so anyways, they were just like, oh, on that salary, you're going to be eating at the soup kitchen. Like, I was like, oh my God. I don't think it's that dramatic. Like, calm down. I know people making like 17 an hour and like doing just fine. Like, you know,
right.
it's
but
like,
still.
Yeah.
How much did they offer you first then?
So they offered me 50.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, that's like good for here. But like there, it's like, not the best salary.
Right.
And it was like also the other thing was like I was looking at other, I mean, okay, I didn't do intense research, but I Googled like account executive, like other position salary. And a lot of them were saying like 70 to like 100.
Yeah.
So I was like, obviously I don't think I'm going to be making 100 like towards the beginning of my career, like doing this, but I felt like I could definitely argue for like a little higher. So anyways, my aunts were like, oh, like you need to argue for like 65 to 75. Like,
I think that's
which,
fair.
yeah, I mean, and in retrospect, I guess that is fair, but like that was like so scary for me to like ask because I'm like, okay, like 20, like basically like 50% more than like what you offered me is like what I'm gonna like come back and ask. Like I didn't want to be disrespectful, but like, I mean, so I was really scared about it. And I was like, okay, well, like I'll email them later in the week. And like my aunts were like, no, you will call her tomorrow. Like I was like, okay.
So how did it turn
So
out?
I called her and she was like, oh, like I would be weirded out if you didn't negotiate. So like,
they always expect you to.
yeah, exactly. So
they
that
lowball you just so you.
Yeah, exactly. But then she was like, oh, I think I could like, she was going to be like, she was basically said like, I'll be honest, like some of the like senior account managers here are not are making that amount.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to be making that amount, but like I could definitely try to argue for like 55. And I was like, okay, I mean like work. That's more than I was going to be making. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she ended up calling me back and saying that she couldn't raise it at all because it wouldn't be fair to the other people who came in at 50. And I'm like, fuck them. They should have argued for more.
Exactly. It's not my fault that they didn't argue.
Right. And I'm like, I don't have to tell them if you don't tell them. Like,
it can be our little secret.
Right. Like, I was just like, I don't know. But I ended up taking the job.
Yeah.
So she's employed.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I don't, well, I'll just leave it at that.
Maybe we have more to talk about after this ends.
Yeah, but that was New York, and then I went to Chicago.
Yeah, and by the way, welcome to Yikes. I'm
oh my
Cece.
God, welcome to Yikes. I'm Ken, and
you've been talking for a minute.
I've been talking about myself for like 10 minutes. But are you surprised? I feel like I sound very entertaining right now.
Yeah, you're hilarious.
But okay, last part. I went to Chicago, and it was really boring because it was.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Spring breakers. Yeah, no, it was just like cold and rainy the entire time.
That's
and also,
Chicago.
Yeah, tea. And also, no one told me that Chicago's not New York. So it's like,
not.
Yeah, like a car is kind of almost necessary. So think about that before you go to Chicago, girls. I mean, like, of course, I guess if you're like downtown, but like.
You just Uber places though.
Chicago's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I was just like not trying to Uber and like the rain and like
so
all
what
this
did
stuff.
you do if you don't want to get wet? You didn't want to ride in an Uber.
I literally stayed in my friend's house.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Ken.
No, I know, but like she was like in the middle of like ending her finals, so she was like occupied the entire like.
So you just sat in a different house.
Literally, but I was like, oh my God, I'm in Chicago. Like, yes.
I'm literally like sitting on my ass on TikTok in Chicago.
Yes, exactly. Like I'm eating McDonald's in Chicago. Yes. I mean, I did see the Green River. And
nice.
It looked
did you
like
see the bean.
I'd seen the bean, so I saw her in passing, and I was like, "Hi, Bean," and
Beanie baby.
Yes, and that was it for her.
Nice.
But the water kind of looked like algae, so that was really cute.
I think why they call it green.
Okay, but like it was for St. Patrick's, but like I'm also like, how do they get the water? How do they make it not green anymore?
It just flows away.
I don't believe that.
Sure. I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm not going to research it.
I've never been to Chicago. I wouldn't be an expert. And I'm also not an expert on waterways.
Do you think you'll ever go to Chicago?
Yeah, sure. I just haven't been yet.
Okay, work. Well, remember to be ready to drive.
Yeah.
Or ride an Uber.
Right.
Yeah.
Noted.
But I mean, did you do anything this week? How was your week? I haven't seen you so long.
Yeah, it has been a while. Not a ton. I had a really busy week of work last week, which kind of just took me out. But as I was telling you earlier, I'll tell them I bought a bike. It's really cute. It's yellow. It has a basket. It's fucking absolutely adorable.
That's so iconic.
Matching helmet.
Oh my
very
God.
like 70s.
Don't forget your helmet, babes.
Yes. Also, people think, I remember being younger and like people saying that if you wore a helmet like on your bike, you were a nerd.
Oh,
no,
it was so embarrassing.
Safety is so sexy.
It is really
Let
sexy.
me tell you, it is so sexy to keep your skull in one singular piece.
It is. And like
So
not
sexy.
mashed on the floor. I agree.
Yeah.
But still, I just like something about it is just very humbling and humiliating. But I think also I just haven't had like a cute helmet. I feel like one of those that are like circular. Like,
yes, that's what I have. It's got this little like thing on it. It's kind of like a little teeny little visor moment. It's
okay,
very retro.
that sounds cute.
It's
yeah,
very cute.
but like the ones that are like ribbed and just like very
yeah, no,
like
not that. Not
they're
that.
just like I don't want to wear that.
No, my bike is for like it's a cruiser. It's like a bike for fashion, not
A bike for the
like,
gays.
Yeah, it's like I can ride leisurely on
Yeah.
it, but I'm not like pedaling my ass anywhere. But I've been putting that shit together. And so as I was telling you, I was just finishing up putting it together before I got here because I ordered it off the internet, and so it came in like a bajillion pieces. And so I had to put it all together, and I feel like I'm covered in sweat and like grease, and like not in like sexy TV mechanic kind of like way, in like the actual like I need to take a shower later way. But
I think that is kind of like the sexy mechanic way.
Maybe. It doesn't feel as sexy as it looks in the show.
You just gotta like smudge a little on your face,
Right.
and then like you've got it going.
But it's I really like it. That's been taking up my last 2 days. Oh, also I got my lips redone. So not only am I covered in grease, my lips are also really dry right now, and they're starting to bruise. So I look like I've been beat the hell up. So today is not my day.
Wait, I love that for you. Also, I heard that like lip filler never actually fully dissolves. It just like moves different places. So I've like seen girlies like doing lip exercises to like keep
Right.
them intact or something like that. Is that true?
So no, because it metabolizes, like your body breaks it down over time, so it does fully dissolve. But if you don't let it fully dissolve and then you get more in, or you put more in than your lips can handle, it will spread outside of your lips.
Gotcha.
Essentially. So like think about people that like Trisha Paytas, right? Hers spread all the way out, all the way up. So she had to get hers dissolved. You can get it dissolved at any time that you want, like the type of most lip filler now, because it's like hyaluronic, and then it's like hyaluronase or something like that is what dissolves it. So you
Lovely.
can like literally get it injected and it'll disappear in like minutes.
Gotcha.
But some people just overfill their shit and it looks whack. But mine it's been a year, so it was time for
Yeah, they look good.
a little fill up. Thanks, despite the fact that they're crusty and bruised.
Love that. Yeah, you guys
Don't
heard
look
it
too
here.
close.
Fact or fucking cap. We now know that lip filler actually does dissolve.
Yeah, it just takes longer than people expect. So
And speaking of factor cap, I mean, that means that you guys come here
for the information.
Yeah, for the information. And we have the information. You guys have questions. We have answers.
Yeah, welcome to advice fucking part 2, bro.
Oh my God, you guys knew it was coming. Don't act surprised.
No, and we wanted to do it, and actually y'all wanted us to do it because y'all still got so many needs for whatever reason.
I know, and it's like, you're asking me for what? I know
Right.
I like actually posted twice and like begged you guys to like post comments, but like, what?
It's like your Ask FM. I didn't even post that.
Yeah, which guys, I'm sorry. I tried to make an Ask FM. It does not seem like Ask FM is still alive and well, which is so sad.
Yeah,
Rip
that
her.
was really sad.
So if
I don't know what I'm gonna do in a world where I know that Ask FM isn't around anymore.
I know, like, where are you supposed to ask questions anonymously? So like, if you are too scared to ask a question, fucking figure it out. and
Yeah, we
ask
need
a
to
question.
we'll find a new place where we can get anonymous submissions.
Okay, what CC
Kim's
said.
like, we'll figure it out. I'm like, I'll actually figure it out.
I was telling them to figure it out.
I will actually figure it out.
Okay, period. Well, should we jump into the questions?
Yes, sure.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like let's just start with something like normal, kind of basic,
Okay.
like whatever. Okay, this first one is, should I change my major? What if it puts me behind?
Do whatever you want. If you don't like what you're doing, then change it. That's like moral of the story. I'm so tired of people sitting around and thinking about what they could be doing instead of just doing it.
Yeah.
Like literally, if you don't like what you're studying and you want to study something else, change it. If you're behind, okay, take more classes. As long as you can financially put yourself through that, then fucking do it. Who cares?
Yeah, I think that the financial part is very important because like I'm a firm believer in like not giving these universities more money than like they should allow. I mean, sometimes they kind of trap you in order to spend more time than 4 years here.
Yeah,
but
I took $100,000 from them, so I'm completely above it.
yeah, T, y'all paid me. Keep that in
Exactly.
mind. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that you should just fucking change it if you want to change it. But also at the same time, it's just like, it's a piece of fucking paper. Like, you'll
Yeah.
figure it out after.
Also,
Like,
it depends. Like, unless you are really like you're pre-med right now and you're really passionate about advertising, let's use that as an example.
Mm-hmm.
What does that sound like?
that for some reason resonates with me. I don't know.
Then like obviously being pre-med is not going to prepare you well for an advertising like job. But if you are really into advertising and maybe you're studying, I don't know, like fucking creative writing or something right now, then those two are kind of
Yeah,
very close to each other,
interchangeable.
and you could definitely do something in advertising with the creative writing degree.
Yeah, and I think that
so it
sometimes
just depends on how similar or different they are.
Yeah, I agree. And sometimes I think it makes you stand out like a little bit more when you're coming from something that's like
Right.
adjacent but you are able to like still apply it to whatever job you're applying to,
Yeah.
I think that can look really well or look really good. So I say fucking do it unless you're like a senior. I mean, I kind of realized that like I was just like, I don't even know why I'm the major I am. When people ask me, I'm like, stop fucking asking me questions. But
Yeah.
I just am, and I will graduate with this degree and it'll be fine. And
That
like,
is exactly what I did. Exactly what I did to the T.
you know, so
And here I am 2 years later. I'm totally fine.
yeah, like you'll literally be fine.
Yeah, nothing's that serious. If you really hate it and you're miserable and you have the money to do it, change it. Fuck it. Who cares? Graduate later. It doesn't matter. Time's a social construct. You'll do whatever you need to when you need to.
Speaking of time as a social construct, I didn't really realize that they were actually like trying to get daylight savings to like not be a thing.
God, that would be so epic.
No, that would be so sexy. Like, let's
It
just
would
keep it
be
like this.
so
I've been
hot.
saying that since I was fucking 10.
Me
like, I don't
too.
know why these 40-year-olds needed, like, I don't know what changed.
I don't know, but it is so sexy when the sun is up at 7:30 p.m. I like
It is
literally
something
cannot
about
describe
It's
it.
just gonna add serotonin.
Yes.
So I agree.
It's like immediately the day that happened.
And also, I know it was kind of like for farming or whatever, but it's like farming's so vintage. Like, I don't know, like,
Who wants to eat
right?
vegetables
Like, get a
anyway?
light, some artificial lighting. I
Well,
don't know.
the thing is like back then, like in the olden days of whatever the hell, like they really did not have the technology to be able to farm and produce things without that extra time of like day, whatever.
Yeah.
But like now, people don't need that shit. They can create their own light if they really need it. Everybody
Yeah.
is fine.
But I'm also like, not to be that girl, but I'm like, changing the time did not change the amount of time that sunlight is still like
No.
around. So I'm like,
It just
sorry
changed the hours of
farmers,
it.
like wake up earlier. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, like why are we all changing things for this? Like I don't know. Well, I'm glad that we're waking up and we're being like, okay, we don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
It's like weird also because some places just like don't do it.
Yeah,
Like why?
because it's a construct. There was just like nobody made the rule. Like, and isn't it so funny? One day, like it can just be one time, and then the next day it's another. Because like it literally doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, something about it's kind of comforting to know that nothing fucking matters.
Yeah,
Well,
that was not a question, but
yeah, I just had a thought. Okay, next question.
yes, and I actually have a question this time.
Oh my god, sexy.
Somebody said, "What is the best way to recharge your social battery?"
Ooh, okay. I'm honestly like, I'm not a person that really like knows. I don't think I'm very conscious of my social battery. I kind of just like do things if I'm forced, or like I don't know, like I just need like enough pressure or like something, and then I'm like, okay, I'll do it. But I think that it's very important to not over like commit yourself to things.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like don't be a fucking flake. So it's like if you did commit to things, try to honor those commitments. You know, people,
Right.
I just feel like it's very easy. I am one of them. I will quickly flake on a plan. Like, or my favorite thing is like when both of us just like don't say anything when the plans come around.
Yeah,
That's
and-
so sexy. I'm like, you read my fucking mind. Like that's my love language, honestly. But no, that's my thoughts.
That is, you did not tell them how to recharge their social battery.
Oh, okay. So
What do you do to relax? Like that's ultimately what the question is, because recharging your social battery is like alone time with you. What do you do to make sure you're ready to like be in the world again? And also, I think that is bullshit that your social battery does not run out, because you say all the time that you've gotten more awkward and sometimes kind of anxious, and that you need more time to yourself. And tell me where I'm wrong.
I'm leaving. No, you kind of read me, but I mean, okay, that's
Hey, no, I don't think that you're either of those things. I just know that you talk about it frequently. In fact, it's on probably last week's episode,
Yeah.
and you're acting like
most definitely.
I'm totally fine.
Okay, no, see, I didn't really correlate those things with my social battery.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of clicking.
Yeah, you stop being able to be social
Yeah.
because battery is low.
Battery is dead. No, I mean, okay, all I do is fucking watch like Netflix in my alone time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, read a book, like draw, like take a walk, like
Yeah,
just like don't be around people. I feel like that just charges my social battery.
I like to do things that sometimes I would do with people alone. Like I like to go to a restaurant alone, or like do fun things for myself alone, like take myself out on a date somewhere. I feel like that's really fun.
That is really fun and fresh. I don't think I've ever actually done that.
I'd recommend it, honestly. But also, like, I do spend a lot of time, like, reading and laying around and watching TV, too. So,
Yeah. And I think also, I guess like another thing is maybe like actually don't use your phone.
Bro, yeah, that's major. Sometimes, like, if somebody texts me, like, Monday I had the day off. I forgot to say that. Yesterday I had the day off.
Oh, sexy.
And so a couple people text me at like 10 a.m. And I was like, fuck that. They'll get a response later in the day. It's my day off.
Yeah.
I didn't even text you back. I was like, nobody is contacting me right now because it's my day off. And as long as nobody's in a ditch somewhere, then, like, they don't need my response right this second.
Yeah, everyone was fine.
Yeah.
I was fine. Twitching. No, yeah, I was fine. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I just think that like you're still being social even if you're just like scrolling on TikTok. Like
that is the fucking tea though.
Yeah, like
It
that
really
still is gonna
is.
drain you.
Because it is so social.
Yeah,
and
it's literally social media.
Yeah. Click.
Right.
But like it really is good to just like cut it all off.
Yeah, and I'm not listening to this fucking advice. I mean, I need to get better at it for sure.
Yeah. I've been working on it a lot, like trying to slowly and incrementally change like what my habits are.
Yeah.
So like I'm not spending however many hours of TikTok like a day anymore. Like I barely am on there for like half an hour now, which is like a big improvement from where I was before when I would spend like 2 hours on there.
Yeah, and you can't really use the excuse that it's the pandemic anymore. Like
No, shit's happening whether you like it or not.
Fucking do something else.
Yeah.
So, those are our thoughts.
Yeah. Best of luck.
Next question.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's actually directed to Cece.
Oh, wait. Why are people from yours directing stuff to me?
Okay, they said, "How are you feeling about Airy season, boo?"
Oh, that's a great question. So excited. My birthday's in 2 days. It's
Oh my
on Thursday.
God. That is so exciting. And you're turning
Yes.
25.
I am.
That's a big number. She's pushing 30.
Stop. And I love Airy season. I think Airy season is the best season, obviously. I think it's great, and I love it.
Good for you.
And the air is just so chaotic and fun from March 2019 or 20th, whatever it is, until sometime in April. I don't remember when it ends, but you can feel in the air when it ends.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I'm like an Aries rising and moon. We've definitely probably talked about this, but I just I'm not feeling the energy. I don't feel the connection. I'm thinking maybe my mom lied about when I was born. I'm just like, it's not aligning with my cosmic energy. Like, I don't know.
I feel as soon as it becomes the end of March, I feel cosmically aligned. I think I'm also just really excited for my birthday.
That's very exciting. What are you going to do?
Well, I was supposed to go to this thing that was kind of for work, but it was a concert at the Pinhook that was a part of it. And I don't know if it's still happening because the conference may or may not have been moved. I can't say too much about this, like as of like today, even though it's supposed to start soon. So I don't really know what I'm going to do now. I might have a change up of plans, which like is fine.
Yeah.
I'll do something.
Oh my God. Speaking of concerts, I just bought tickets to Lollapalooza.
Oh, nice.
Very exciting.
Hey.
So I will be going back to Chicago.
You have a great time there.
Yeah, no, it's so much fucking fun. But oh yeah, we just discussed Cece does not like festivals.
No.
Yeah.
I bought a ticket to see Still Woozy though.
I will be seeing Still Woozy there.
Really?
But yes.
They're coming to Raleigh in June.
That is
So
hot.
I'm gonna go see Still Woozy in June.
Yeah, they're gonna be so good.
You know what I did? I bought one ticket. I didn't ask anybody to go with me. I figure I'm sure somebody will be there, and if not, I don't fucking care because I know I want to go see Still Woozy. So I'm just gonna buy a ticket for myself.
That's a fucking power move. I'm slowly crawling to the point where I can do something like that for myself. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
That's okay.
But I'll get there.
Yeah, you will. You live and you learn. I'm almost
Yeah.
25. What can I say? Aries season is the best. That's really all there is to that.
Yeah.
Okay, ask another one.
Okay. All right, this one, let's get into something a little more deep. Okay.
Okay.
How do you navigate your relationship with your parents as an adult?
Oh, interesting. Well,
I feel like you have a unique experience because your mom is so cool.
yeah, my mom is awesome. I absolutely love my mom. She is like my bestie. And then her fiance, Dean, we love Dean. He is like my bestie too. He is just wonderful and they're great.
I'm so glad that they found each other.
Yeah, me too.
That's so good for them.
Honestly, that is, I mean, and my relationship with them is always the same. Like we're just friends and we hang out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess
That's
mine.
really easy and fun and fresh.
Yeah.
I do not share similar sentiments, but I would say I have a very complex relationship with my family, which we don't need it to like get into that really because it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just like if you and your family have like some sort of tensions, which like most families do because
for
families
sure,
are fucking
for
crazy.
sure.
I would just say that like it's important to like, for one, like I think as an adult you have to like at some point kind of like forgive your parents for the trauma that they put you through.
Yeah.
And like,
or forget them.
Yeah.
One or the other. You can't hold on to it all the time.
Yeah, because it's not serving you whatsoever. No. And like when I say like forgive, I don't mean that like excuses any of the actions or the trauma that they like put you through, but it's like I feel like as an adult, like it's just like you feel a sense of relief when you realize like that doesn't define me and like it doesn't really matter.
Right.
So what I say this because I don't know, I just feel like it takes the pressure off of you. So I would just like stop trying to like do whatever like is what your parents necessarily want. Like you're an adult at this point in your life. Like you have to realize that like sometimes your visions are just not gonna align because they're just an adult just like you are, and you have your own opinions and your own thoughts. And like also back to that thing about like forgiving them, it's just like I'm sure like we'll understand it when we're parents too, but just like remember that like
when you're parent, I'm not gonna be a parent.
Yeah. Just like remember that there's like not a fucking guidebook or rule book to like being a parent. So like when you're gonna have your first kid, you're gonna be fucking confused and like just taking it one day at a time, and like you're probably gonna make some mistakes, and like you'll be fine because you were fine. You know?
The moment that you realize your parents are people is very, very important. Yeah. Because I think everybody has this idea in their head, especially when they're a kid, that their parent is, you know, this all-seeing, all-knowing, almost like godlike figure of like they have all the answers, they keep me safe, whatever. And they don't. They're just regular people
who now have a child.
Yeah, just like you are.
Yeah.
And I think that as you get older, of course you can still go to them for advice and things like that, and I'm sure, you know, your parents will take care of you if you ever really need it, if you're lucky to have a good relationship with them. But at the same time, like, you are your own person at this point. You have to not be somebody's kid. You have to be yourself. You know what I mean? And I think that's a hard transition because you realize, like, sometimes I've realized this still, like, oh shit, I'm an adult. Like, I'm a fully grown adult. Like, this place I've been paying rent in for years, I just spent like $500 on a fucking bike because I wanted to. Like, I'm a fucking adult. You know what I mean? And that's kind of awkward and weird and scary to like realize. But I think that to have a relationship with your parents at that time is to just like treat them like you would, like, I think, like a friend, like respect them and whatever, but they're just people too.
Yeah.
That's kind of a long answer.
No, but totally true.
Thank you. Oh my God, we're literally playing footsie under this table. There's not enough space.
Can you guys see this on the camera? Okay, next question.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How to go viral on TikTok?
I feel like you have the answer to this one.
Okay, well, here's the tea. I am really bad at follower retention. So
damn, people like you and then they don't like you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I'm almost there. I have half of the star quality, but not all of the star quality. It's like, but the thing is, I think people like, I mean, I used to believe this, is that like TikTok is like all luck, but like in reality, it's really not. Because it's like people.
It's definitely part luck. Yeah. For sure.
Like, yeah, it has to, like, things have to work and the wheels have to turn in the right way for like it to happen. Yeah. But like ultimately, like people behave in a specific way, and like it's literally just psychology. Like you just need to use like the same tactics to draw and you just have to captivate people's attention and get them to watch.
Or do 7-second videos with a lot of text where everybody has to stay and read and repeat the video over and over again until you're famous. Yeah. I see those sometimes.
Yeah, I do see those a lot. And I mean, they always have a lot of.
Yeah, they work.
Yeah.
That's my tip.
Yeah. But I think like first things first, like you just have to capture the person's attention. I mean, think about it when you're scrolling. Think about it when you are scrolling and like what makes you stop scrolling. Like, one, you need to mention like you or like some sort of like phrase where it's like you're hooking them by saying like, here's 5 things you need to know, or like, what I wish I knew about this, or like, you know, have you been da-da-da-da-da, like something that it's like like I'm selfish. Let me like watch this, you know? That's like how you first get their attention. Also, you need to make sure that you like the words that you choose are also really, really important.
For sure.
You have to get out your point in the fastest and most efficient way that's like easily readable to a lot of people.
Not so quick that you lose them watching really quickly.
Yes, exactly. Because the other thing is like watch time. Like you definitely want them to be watching it for as long as possible. And even watching it more than once is like how you really get the algorithm to like be like, oh, this is a video that people want to see.
Yeah, so you could also hope that maybe they put their phone down and they have one TikTok playing over and over and over and over again in the background, because everybody does that, and it's like really weird and kind of scary.
Yeah, when I'm like on the toilet and I'm like the videos replaying, I'm like, wow, good for this person. I'm running their fucking views up. Like,
and at a certain point, it gets to be kind of comforting, and then when it goes off, it's like that was kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So those are just like some of my small thoughts. I mean, do with that what you will. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, we'll let you know when we're viral or when Coden's viral more realistically.
Yeah.
When there are more opinions.
But I'm trying to get off of TikTok so much, so we'll see.
Maybe I'll get on again more.
Yeah.
I should just post something.
You fucking should.
Yeah,
Why
it's
not?
been a minute.
Why not?
Okay, next.
Okay, do you have another question that was good?
Oh, yes, I do have another question. This one says, how to know when you shouldn't share super personal and intimate details about yourself with people you just met.
Oversharing.
Yeah.
Do you want to take this first?
I can. I feel like I'm a very like surface level oversharer, where I think that almost in a manipulative way that I don't intend to be manipulative, share a lot at first that doesn't really mean anything to make people feel like I'm really good friends with them.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've caught myself doing that I think is actually a really good strategy.
Yeah. I mean.
But I think that's what I do. So.
So just don't overshare like the important stuff.
Yeah.
Overshare. Do like the social media overshare. Like what you would want, a tailored version of. Just like, I don't know, just be conscious about what you're fucking saying.
And like also I feel like I'll tell most people anything, because like I really
I'm
don't
a pretty
care.
open book.
I don't really have shit to hide, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we do have a podcast, so I feel like that ultimately kind of tells people like we'll really talk about anything.
Yeah.
I think being a podcast host is being a chronic oversharer, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that you should also take into consideration of the setting that you're in.
Yeah.
Which is very important.
And
like,
pick up social cues.
What's the dynamic like?
Yeah.
Like,
read the fucking room.
Right. Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Because typically I think I tend to overshare things I think the other person would like. But I also think this is just me having been in the like service industry for so long. Like you kind of read a person, see what they think that they would like. What can I overshare to you just a little bit that you would probably like? And then you'll tip me more. I think is ultimately where it comes from.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. But I mean, just don't tell them where you hit the body. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, you could tell them you got into a tiff, perhaps.
Yeah. Also, like, apparently this is also a difference in like North and South. Like, you know, Southern people are just like much more like open about their shit. So like, if you live in the North Doll, maybe someone doesn't want to like hear about your like shit. But also, I think it's like a way to like bond with like your like fellow coworkers or like things like that. Like, but again, tailored oversharing is the key. Like,
and we can't tailor all of your thoughts for you.
Yeah. So just like I said, read the room, read the person, and figure it out.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay. Navigating monogamy versus polyamory.
I don't have much of an experience with either of those things. I mean, monogamy, yeah, but also like I haven't been monogamous with anyone in a while, and I haven't been in any type of relationship in a while. Yeah. I think just do whatever you want. Try not to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah, I think that's very important. And I, for most of my life, never understood like polyamory, and I felt like that was like never going to be something that like would work for me, because even up to like very recently, but I think like my opinion has like started to change like a little bit.
Right.
And I think like for me, it just like would need to be someone who I like love unconditionally, because I think that is like the most important thing is like, well, first of all, communication's the most important thing.
Oh, for sure.
Like you just have to be very, very open and like communicative about your feelings, and you need to have a good relationship and trust the person that like you're planning on going into this with. So that's why for me, I don't necessarily know if like relationships that start as poly are like that great. But But I mean, if it works for you, it fucking works for you. I mean, I also at the same time, I think maybe like if you just go into a relationship under those like under that understanding, it may work. But I just feel like you don't know. You need. Well, for me, I need to like know the person, and like know that I can trust that. Like even if we were to like experience things, because I feel like life is all about like just like experiencing things and like having relationships and connections. And so it's like if you don't want to like cut all those off for whatever reason that may be. I think that's fine as long as you understand the dynamic of your relationship.
Yeah, I think that was really well said.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I completely agree. I mean, I think that kind of advice, though, that you gave of like making sure you trust somebody and communicate well with them goes with any relationship of any kind. And I think that's something that people forget about a lot. But in terms of that, I don't think I could ever be polyamorous just because I'm like attention and I'm kind of jealous sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just don't think I could do it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a lot for sure.
Oh my God, just like that car. Hello.
Yeah. And I think you really have to, I mean, you also have to figure out your rules, like what's okay with you, what's not okay with you. Like this all needs to be clear from the beginning. You don't want to be figuring it out or guessing like along the way. And whatever feels right for you, like fuck what everybody else says.
Yeah.
Like,
who cares? Do whatever you want.
Yeah. You only live once.
YOLO.
Woo. Okay. Next.
Yes, I don't have much to offer there, but I hope it works out. Peace and love.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you think social media has desensitized us?
Oh, for sure. I think for sure.
Elaborate.
I also think it's sensitized us at the same time. I think
in different ways, yeah.
Yeah, I think that we are almost like desensitized to, I don't know. I think in some ways like critique, like I feel like people are used to getting likes and numbers, and it's like, I'm trying to think of the way to phrase this. I also think that has made us more sensitive at the same time though. But I think also we all think of ourselves more as a brand and less as people. And I think the first thing you think about people a lot now is like how you've seen them online. And I think that's kind of made our interactions a little bit more shallow. And like there's some people who even like they prefer to talk to people like over text or stuff like that instead of actually talking with them. And I think that social media has had, a bit of a role in that.
Yeah, for sure. Never even really considered that, but that's very true.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of it more along the lines of like something that like I like to keep in mind is the fact that social media like puts things in our faces that like we wouldn't normally like know is going on.
So true.
Or like even like has always been going on, but like now you just know.
I think I didn't understand the question, but
yeah.
Yes.
So in that sense, I feel like
war. Okay.
Yeah. So like in a way, it's like one thing you like see it all the time. So you're kind of just like, okay, like whatever. But also at the same time, I feel like for some people, it's like, oh, like crime is increasing because I'm seeing it so much. And it's like, actually the crime has been going down since the 70s, And it's like, okay, murders have ticked up, like, just a little bit in the last couple of years. But for the most part, in general,
maybe
crime.
they deserved it.
COVID. Like people are dumb. No, but I think that, yeah, like it's just like you have to keep in mind that it's like the things that you're seeing. And even just like when we were going through like that whole like the race like reckoning like in like summer of 2020, it's like these things have always been out here. It's just like now you're just like seeing it.
That is also something that pisses me off, especially like because I work with some older business people and they tend to talk about that a lot and like stuff that they've done. But I just feel like, why do we talk about, like, I know summer 2020 was a big deal for, like, BLM. And, like, we were there and we went out and protested and did stuff like that, too. But also, like, I just feel like, why is it such a big deal that everybody was like, don't be racist? You know what I mean? Don't shoot people. Don't, like, be racist.
Yeah.
Like, why is that still something that years later we're still discussing as like this big triumph? And it was in a way, but also it was like a bunch of people simply saying just don't be racist.
Yeah, I'm like, if you can put it in a fucking infographic, it's pretty elementary.
Right.
Like, why hasn't, like, I don't know, it's like,
yeah. And also people talk about it like past tense, and it's like, why is it past tense already? Like, why are we still not doing it? I think that's the thing that pisses me off the most, is that now they talk about it, back in this, when this was happening. It's like, why did you stop?
Yeah.
It's like, did you start being racist in summer 2020? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just a side note that drives me insane.
No, I totally agree. So I think it's very complex, like
a
bit of desensitizing as well as sensitizing, like you said.
Right. And I also I think, so desensitized to things like war, like, oh my God, Ukraine is getting bombed. That's so scary. Scroll.
End of,
But like the thing is there's been war happening for years. Like, we've been in Iraq, we've been in Afghanistan. We just haven't seen it directly, like from people who are like literally holding their own device and saying
like
whatever
live
they want.
streaming.
But also it has made people sensitive in ways of like, oh my God, war is happening. How do I even get up and wash my face knowing that Ukraine is being bombed? And it's like, bruh, you are in Alabama. You are fine. Okay? You are fine. And whether you like it or not, war has happened and will continue to happen because we suck. And the world is a tough place to be. And you still have to get up and wash your face in Alabama because you should be grateful that you're not in the Ukraine.
Very, very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't handle silliness like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been kind of mean this episode.
Yeah, but like also really truthful.
Thanks.
So like hard pill to swallow, but swallow it.
Yeah. You got to keep going.
Yeah. All right, next question. This is kind of like a two-parter, but I'll start with the first part.
Okay.
Relationships with obvious expiration dates, i.e. graduation, moving, etc., etc.
Yeah. I think waste of time, because like, why are you going to commit to each other when you could just like still hang out and not commit? And then I feel like that makes it so much, you can still have fun and enjoy them, but you can also do other things. And then also it doesn't hurt quite as much when you leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I have like a little bit of a different like interpretation of it. Actually, I have like two thoughts. Okay, first off, I feel like actually I was literally just about to contradict myself, but I think I'm just going to because I have two. Anyways,
contradict yourself.
So for one, I'm just kind of like, I mean, why would you like get in a relationship that like you don't want to sustain? You know, like if it's like if you.
That's what I'm saying. That seems silly.
Yeah, so it's like if it shouldn't have an expiration date. Like I don't know, but then also at the same time, I'm kind of like, I feel like again, like I was saying, like sometimes things do have like. Are meant for like moments in time, and like relationships are allowed to like begin and end, and like that's okay, and like you should just appreciate it for what it is instead of like.
I think the difference in the problems between those things are like the labels of it. Like you can still have your moment in time without like going into this with this like defining label of something that you know is gonna end.
Yeah.
You know, and like I don't. No, I just like obviously do whatever you want. And honestly, if the relationship is really good, there's a chance that it won't end.
Yeah.
So like I feel like assuming that something will is kind of like nihilist almost, because like if you want to be in a relationship, be in a relationship. If it ends, it ends. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like I'm just like not a planner. I'm like if I start dating somebody in August and I'm going to break up in June, like I'd be like, why the fuck am I going to do that? Bye. I'll just break up with you now.
Yeah.
You know, like if you don't like them, like you don't like them, don't date them. If you do like them, date them and see if you can figure it out. And if you can't, then you can break up.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel like, you just shouldn't go into it thinking about an expiration date.
That's not a healthy relationship, I feel like. If you think that you're going to go into it knowing it's going to end.
Yeah. I think a much healthier way to think about it is just like whatever happens, happens.
Because like think of what you could do if you knew that it was going to end. Like there would be shit that you could keep, things that you could say, things that you couldn't say to make things go the way that you wanted for this amount of time. Like there's so many different things you can do if you know the thing's going to be over at this certain amount of time.
Yeah.
It just seems kind of silly.
Yeah, that's very, very true. But you were speaking facts. Like, yeah.
Seems sneaky. I
say
them.
Don't do it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I like your little socks. Those are cute.
Oh my God, thank you. Okay, so that kind of like segues into like the next question, which was about like how to navigate.
I
Like,
can't sit still.
I'm so weak. Bitch, I'm literally swapping. We are like two ADHD like children in this room, like swinging.
Yeah, I literally can't sit still. I don't know what's going on.
But the second part of that question was like how to navigate like a long distance relationship. And
You have good advice for that.
yeah, so I would say like kind of going hand in hand with what I was saying earlier, it's like don't let like a big shift in your like life stop you from like developing relationships. I think you should just
Or continuing relationships.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think that you should just like take it as it is and like evaluate what it is for what it is.
Quarterly,
like,
annually,
yeah,
bi-monthly.
you know, just check in. No, but I mean, it's like I've been in like a not so great long distance relationship, and I've been in like a really good one that I'm currently in. And like I would say like the first thing about like my first relationship that was like long distance was I was just starting school. We were both here for like the summer. And he like had to go back to where he was from after the summer quarters were over. So it's like we met in the beginning, like when I first got here, and like we like hung out. Like, I mean, we got in a relationship, like we really enjoyed each other. And like, I mean, we kind of had an expiration date on it. I mean, we not really, but we were just like, we'll just like take it. And then like the summer will happen and like, we'll see what happens. We ended up like really liking each other at the time. So we decided like once the summer ended, we decided that we were gonna, you know, continue our relationship. That just like simply did not work for us. Like,
Right.
I mean, I was a freshman. I was in my thought era.
I know.
Like,
You were a hoe.
yeah.
And you needed to be a hoe.
Yeah, I just like that was just like what I needed for that time, and like, you know, it just like I don't think an open relationship was like for us at that time either.
Yeah.
So like, it just was like a lot of things, and like I ended up like I guess breaking his heart. Sorry, kiddo, but like,
Do you want to know who it is?
no,
We'll talk about it later.
but yeah, and I mean like, I don't know. It was just like. We just didn't have like we didn't like make time for each other. Like there were just like a lot of things wrong with like what we were
also
trying
you were
to
children.
do. Yeah, I was literally fucking 18.
Yeah.
So it's like now and then after that I was like, okay, I'm never doing like another long distance relationship. Like I need that proximity. Like that's just something that I need.
Pranked.
Yeah. Well then I met my lovely boyfriend Solman. And he was taking a year off before he like was going to like med school. So it was like we still knew like at some point that he was going to be leaving to go to a med school. Like that was not like, you know, out of the question. And again, like we just like took it and like, you know, whatever. And then like that time came around, like we really, really loved each other by that time. And then like we just decided that we were going to continue it. And we've been long distance since last like June. So it's like almost a year that we've been long distance. And like that would be our second year that we've been together. So we were like together for a year before that happened. So I think what I would say what has like made our relationship work is just like be really like, again, like open communication, like you were saying, that like that works for any relationship that you're going to be in. Like just express how you're feeling, like what you need more of, and like this and that. And it's like, I mean, I wouldn't even say that we do anything like really, really like special. It's just like I think we like understand like where we both are in like our lives right now. And like I think if you have the understanding and like go into it like knowing what to expect, like that really gives you like that added sense of like perspective of like, okay, like I need to contextualize this. Like my boyfriend's in med school right now. Like he is very busy. Like I can't expect to like have like as much time as I would like to with him, but it's like we still like make the most of the time that we have together, I think is what is really important. We, like you should also definitely like FaceTime. Like, I don't know, like we live in a technology age. Like you can
It's
fucking.
so easy.
Yeah. Like you can figure it out. Like, I don't know. Like we just like make time for each other. And like we see each other, like when we try to see each other like in person, at least like a month or two, which like may not be as feasible for everybody. Like, I don't know
Right.
if you got a fucking army boyfriend, which I'm sorry.
Yeah.
First of all, but if like you do and that's your thing, like I don't know, letter writing, babe, something. Figure it
Yeah.
out. If you want it bad enough, you'll make it work.
Exactly. I completely agree with that. And also, like, I personally, like, love that aspect of long distance relationships where it's like you can both live your own lives. And I think that's so healthy because it's so easy for people who are in relationships and who are close to each other to become so much a part of each other's lives that they almost just mesh into one, like, annoying fucking piece of whatever.
Yeah.
That is not good for either of them or for anyone around them, really.
Yeah.
Because even if you're in a relationship with somebody, you still are your own person first. And I feel like that's really healthy to like do your own thing. Be your own person. Grow as you need to. Come together when you can. But it's okay to be separate, too.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's like another thing I think I saw like recently on like social media somewhere. Someone was just talking about how like our like day and age, like we think like you have to basically like be joined with like another person. And it's like, you don't need to like talk all the time. Like you don't need to like you know, like you don't have to be constantly texting or like constantly with each other. Like it doesn't give you time to like develop appreciation for like when they're not there, you know, like you just appreciate them so much more when it's like your time is not just like frivolous. I don't know.
Yeah.
So like, and I think that has actually like, honestly, I think that like being long distance in ways has like improved our relationship because like my love for him has grown a lot. And like, I don't know, like.
Send this to him later.
Yeah, I know you're
My
listening,
love for you
babe.
has grown.
No, that's my thoughts.
I think that's great. I think you had a lot of lovely things to say there. You've been giving great advice tonight.
We
honestly.
both have been giving great advice.
Thank you. I feel like you really stepped it up, though. I feel like I'm just trying to come in with a good joke every once in a while.
Well, it's like for our 3 listeners out there, I really hope that this resonates with you. And you're like, oh my God, I'm moved, I'm touched, and now I want
I'm crying. I'm sobbing.
to
I'm throwing up.
give Yikes 5 stars on Spotify.
And write a review.
Yeah. One more question. I don't know.
Sure.
How are you feeling?
I don't know. We've been talking for a while, but honestly, whatever.
Yeah.
I've always got something to say.
Okay, this is like a cute one to end on.
Okay.
What are your green flags?
Green flags?
Yeah.
Oh. No pets.
Yeah.
Funny.
Mm-hmm.
Clean.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Okay.
I think that's really all I need. If I can find that in one person.
And that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So.
Well, also, I have very high standards. Pretty would be nice.
Yeah. Okay, green flags. I like.
Yeah.
Not the car being towed outside. Poor girl.
Not me, right?
No, they were like zipping around.
I forgot the camera was on. Sorry, I had to check, make sure.
Yeah, I would say my green flags are like 1, like respectful.
Oh, good one.
2, yeah, you have to be funny.
Oh, that's so fucking important.
So important.
Literally,
Make me
if
laugh.
I cannot say some off the wall shit and you don't say something back, then like it's never gonna work.
Yeah, exactly.
Like go with the bit.
Yeah, just have a sense of fucking humor
Laugh
in general.
a little.
Yeah, fucking smile, bitch. Let's see. Other green flags. I mean, I don't know. Like sometimes like a little like dirty cute is kind of cute.
Me today.
Yeah, I don't know your grease. Yeah, and I would say like smart, but not too smart for your own good.
Oh yeah, I would like for them to be smarter than me. Like I want to be the dumb one.
Yeah,
I think I'm pretty smart, so just
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, so you've got some competition.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Well, I'm like egotistical, so I normally like to be the smartest one in the relationship. I'm currently not the smartest one in the relationship, which is very devastating. But
See, I like that because I feel like I'd like that dynamic.
yeah,
Like I want somebody
I'm
to
a little blonde bimbo.
yeah, somebody tell me I'm stupid because I know I'm not, and it's just like I love learning from people.
Just like a little humbling.
Yeah, I love learning all the time. Teach me things.
Yeah.
Genius.
And honestly, yeah, looks. I mean, you have to be cute.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that's not always been a criteria for me.
Yeah,
but,
same. Literally same.
But
And it's like kind of shallow, but also like it's subjective.
yeah.
So pretty to me could be ugly to you.
Fuck being shallow. I think it's like necessary. Like
Yeah,
it's
be
fucking.
cute.
It's called attraction.
Yeah.
Like
No, okay, let's talk about that for a second,
Yeah.
actually. Because there's some people who, like, will get offended if you're not attracted to them or, like, people who look like them or whatever. It's like, you really cannot help that shit.
yeah. And I'm like, would you want to be in a relationship with someone who's like not attracted to you?
Exactly. Like if you, why would you be upset that somebody isn't attracted to you?
Yeah.
And they've said that. Like, do you want to date somebody who thinks you're not cute?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm also like, look around. Like there are lots of ugly people in relationships. Like
There are.
so
There's hope for you still.
Yeah, every pot has its lid. Like you will find your
I love
boo.
that phrase.
You know, like I don't know. I'm just like, get over yourself.
Yeah.
Like there are definitely some things that like should not be like criteria. Like I don't think that like you can like discount a whole race or something like that.
Of course.
You know, like some preferences, like, but I think like we've again desensitized because of social media. Everyone's just like, no, but like you have to love me.
I'm beautiful. Everyone is beautiful.
Yeah.
We're all beautiful. You have to love
And I'm
me.
like,
no.
everyone is telling you you are beautiful on social media.
Right.
That is different. Like,
And also, certain people are telling you that you are beautiful on
Yeah.
social media. Other people are not saying shit, and
Yeah.
they're not thinking it either. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know.
yeah.
And also, like, who cares if people think you're pretty or you're ugly? People think I'm ugly, fine.
Right.
What the fuck ever. You can think I'm ugly
Right,
all
move
you want
on.
to, everyone.
It's like there are people that are going to think you're cute and fucking deal with whatever you've got. I don't know.
Yeah.
But also,
Take good
let's
care of yourself. Be clean.
let's change the beauty standards just a little bit. But also, like, get a grip.
Hygiene is a green flag. I'm adding that to my list.
Hygiene is a green flag.
That is a major.
Oh my God. I was talking to my
green
friend
flag.
who's like normally lesbian, but like occasionally for like dirty white boys is like,
Ew.
yeah, she's like, yeah, this is like it. I don't know why, but she like
Hey,
literally
whatever
fell
works.
head over heels for like this man. And I saw her TikTok the other day and she was just like, I can't believe like I fell in, like, or I was obsessed with like a man who didn't believe in deodorant. I was like,
oh my God, floored. No.
I was like, okay, yeah.
That has to be a joke, right?
No, I was
it was
like,
an exaggeration.
babe, no, it was not a joke.
He really did not believe in deodorant at all, like
No,
as a concept?
just like didn't believe in deodorant, and I'm just
What,
like,
he
yeah,
didn't think it
you
existed or what?
withheld this information from me
On
because
purpose.
yeah, because you knew that if I knew this while you were talking to him, I would drag you to
Yeah.
hell and back.
Through the mud, but he would have probably liked that.
No, and I'm literally fucking pig rolling around in fucking trash and mud outside, like.
Ew. Also, last thing, like deodorants, those green deodorants for the planet deodorants, they don't do shit.
Oh
You
my
might as well
God.
not believe in deodorant.
Y'all,
Put some
figure
chemicals
out,
on your piss.
yeah, figure out what type of deodorant. I know you smell yourself. There's
Oh,
no
yes.
fucking way.
And if you like that, you're a freak.
Yeah.
Absolute freak.
Okay, I kind of like a man to be like a little sweaty, like a little bit, like I don't know, like I think it's the pheromones. But no, in general though, like yeah, fucking wash under your arms, wear some fucking deodorant,
Yeah.
and like I don't know, like figure it out. Like even in school, like I would fucking put hand sanitizer like under my fucking armpits because it kills
If
bacteria.
you smell bad, you got to do it.
Yeah, I would do anything but just sit there and let everybody smell that I was fucking ripe.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
Wash yourself.
yeah, and I think that is the best advice we have given.
I think so too. That's a great note to end on.
Yeah, and with that.
Thanks for listening to Yikes. Remember that now you can watch us. Don't say goodnight yet.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Remember that you can now watch us on YouTube.
I know our beautiful, pretty faces.
I know. Put us on TV. I've always wanted to be a TV star. That's
Yeah,
not true.
the last episode is actually named I Podcast with Ken and Cece.
Oh my God,
because
that's
we are in
cute.
our iCarly era.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, you know.
Adorable. Yeah, watch us on YouTube. Leave us a comment. If you have more advice you'd like and you watch on YouTube,
Leave a
comment.
comment,
Ask us
babe.
questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Bye, everyone.